Yeah, so apparently there's this movie called Lightyear that just came out, so it looks like I'm going to have to revisit some more childhood memories. I don't make the rules. Now, Lightyear is obviously based on the Buzz Lightyear character from the Toy Story movies, which of course confused the shit out of me when I first heard about this movie because Buzz is a toy made of plastic, and the movie was about Buzz actually doing astronaut things, like going to space and fighting bad guys, and like, how? And I still haven't seen Lightyear at the time of recording this video, but I've done my research and I now know that the movie is actually meant to be a movie within the Toy Story universe that's based on the Toy Story universe's real life astronaut named Buzz Lightyear, and it's a movie that Andy watched and loved. I hope I explained that right. And hence got the Buzz Lightyear toy. So in the Toy Story universe, Lightyear is basically Andy's Star Wars. And I can get behind that, I guess. It's an interesting concept, even if it's just another testament to the fact that Hollywood doesn't give a fuck about original ideas anymore. Tim Allen as the voice of Buzz has also now been replaced by Captain America in Lightyear.
I could do this all day.
And the reason they've provided for this is that the Buzz Lightyear that we know in the Toy Story movies is meant to be a bit of a dumbass, you know, he's the comic relief. Whereas the Buzz Lightyear human astronaut in Lightyear is actually the hero of the movie that we need to take a bit seriously. And I guess Chris Evans just has an appropriate voice that fits Buzz Lightyear but also separates this version of Buzz from the toy Buzz that we know from the Toy Story movies. A lot of people were upset about this and I can see why, but I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think there's any need to complain about it. We could have had Billy Crystal as Buzz back in 1995, but that didn't work out, and things still turned out okay.
I thought you liked it.
I was being nice!
So Toy Story to me is the quintessential animated kids movie. It's actually the first computer animated movie ever, which kind of makes it an even bigger deal because it paved the way for all the Pixar movies that we have today. Without Toy Story, we wouldn't have Finding Nemo, we wouldn't have The Incredibles, we wouldn't have all the newer ones that I don't keep up with because I don't really watch animated movies anymore, but you get what I'm trying to say. This movie is pretty important. When I was a little kid, I loved these movies so much that I actually had the Woody and Buzz toys myself. I honestly think Toy Story was the first movie I ever watched in my life, although I can't be entirely sure. Now, I soon graduated to live action films and grew out of animated movies pretty quick, but Toy Story still holds a special place in my heart. With the iconic characters of Woody and Buzz, who are voiced by Tom Hanks and Tim Allen, the characters who first introduced my 3-year-old self to the idea of friendship, and also to the fact that complete assholes exist in this world.
You are a toy! You are a child's plaything!
I can't not still appreciate this movie. And let's just say that there's a reason that this movie and its sequel both have 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the others aren't too far behind. So to state the obvious, Toy Story is a movie where toys are actually living, breathing things who talk to each other, but they just hide that from humans, you know, because it's a bit weird. And the story we follow is of the toys who live in a house with a kid named Andy, who is their owner, and plays with them from time to time. Woody is this cowboy sheriff toy who's like the leader of this group of toys, basically the man who calls the shots. Boy, can he be a piece of shit. I'll remind you why very soon. So Andy's having a birthday party when Buzz comes into the story. His mum gets him Buzz as a birthday present, and he becomes the latest addition to Andy's collection of toys. And because he's so fucking cool and has all these buttons and lasers and everything that Woody doesn't have, he straight away steals all the attention from both Andy and the other toys, which makes Woody a bit mad, a bit sad, maybe even a bit left out. So Woody meets Buzz and they don't hit it off, mostly because Woody is jealous and knows deep down that Buzz is his replacement as Andy's favorite toy.
Thank you all, thank you.
That wasn't flying. That was falling with style.
But as far as Buzz is concerned, he actually believes he's a real-life astronaut space ranger, and Woody likes to make fun of him for it. And so they spend the next few days beefing.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Oh, no. Buzz, look, an alien!
Where?
Ah!
Then one night, Andy's mum decides to take him and his baby sister out to dinner, and she says that Andy's only allowed to bring one toy along. So to make sure Andy doesn't choose Buzz, Woody does what any person who totally doesn't belong in a mental asylum would do, and he freaking assassinates Buzz. So all the toys immediately hate Woody, they turn against him, and no one likes him anymore. So Andy takes Woody instead because he can't find Buzz, but Buzz manages to get into the car somehow before they piss off to a place called Pizza Planet for dinner. I actually wished Pizza Planet was a real place as a kid, just little side note there. On the way, they stop to fill up the car, which is where Buzz rocks up, and he's like, "What's up, asshole? I'm still alive." And then Woody sees Buzz and he's happy and relieved because he knows his reputation will be restored when all the other toys find out that Buzz is alive and that Woody didn't actually kill him. But then Buzz is like, "Hey man, you're a piece of shit. I'm gonna get you back for that." And then he proceeds to beat the shit out of Woody.
You want a piece of me?
So while they're fighting, Woody and Buzz get left behind, and from that point on, Woody and Buzz have no choice but to work together to get home because Andy and his mum are moving houses in 2 days. But the problem for Woody is that Buzz still refuses to believe that he's a toy. He still thinks he's a space ranger and that he needs to go to outer space for some mission or whatever. So instead, Woody convinces Buzz that he found a real spaceship, and they hop in a Pizza Planet delivery car to get to Pizza Planet, which is where Woody secretly plans to reunite them with Andy. Buzz doesn't give a shit about Andy. He's got bigger fish to fry. He's got a rendezvous with Star Command, so he hops in one of those claw machines thinking it's a spaceship, leaving Woody no choice but to follow him in.
Sid, get down!
I have been chosen. Farewell, my friends. I go on to a better place. Gotcha.
This is Sid, and Sid reminds me why some people deserve the death penalty.
Let's go home and play.
Don't say that ever again. So now Woody and Buzz are basically fucked. Sid takes them home where they meet all of Sid's toys, who are actually demons in toy form. And it's here where Buzz sees a commercial on TV, and this is where he finally finds out that he really is a toy, not the actual Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger. And so he falls into a deep depression thinking he serves no purpose anymore.
To infinity and beyond!
So Buzz breaks his arm off after a suicide attempt, and then unfortunately gets a bit of brain damage as well.
You see the hat? I am Mrs. Nesbit.
And then of course Sid gets the idea to attach a rocket to Buzz so he can blow him to pieces. Buzz has checked out, he's accepted it, he's welcoming death with open arms, but Woody still tries to convince him that he's worth saving and that they still need to get back to Andy's house because they both serve the purpose of being toys to Andy. Because according to Woody, a toy's true purpose is to make a kid happy. And I'd say this is the first time in the movie where Woody is actually being sincere and genuine, because you know, character development. He admits his own self-doubts about being a shit toy, and then both of them hit their lowest point. But Buzz suddenly snaps out of his depressed state because Woody talks some sense into him, and they embark on an adventure to escape the house. So for the first time in the movie, Woody and Buzz are actually a team. They're on the same page. They team up with Sid's toys, who they learn are actually good toys because they fixed Buzz after he broke his arm off. Turns out they just look scary because Sid abuses them, and so they gang up on Sid and severely traumatize him for life.
We toys can see everything.
So play nice.
Hope that little psychopath goes to bed with nightmares for the rest of his life, little piece of shit. So the rest of the movie we all remember, Woody and Buzz chase the removalist truck and Andy's car that are driving away because they're finally moving houses. Woody and Buzz have that epic flight through the air and have that callback to the beginning.
Buzz! You're flying!
This isn't flying, this is falling with style.
And they land in Andy's mum's car, and the end. So that was Toy Story, a story about how two rivals learn to become friends, essentially after a series of fuck-ups that shattered their egos and forced them to work together. This movie was great as a kid, and it's great now. Even if not for the moral of the story, like friendship and loyalty, whatever, this is still just a cool kids movie. I'd say it was ahead of its time. Because again, without this movie, we wouldn't have the collection of Pixar movies that we have today. And with Lightyear out in cinemas, I was just kind of reminded of the Toy Story movies and thought I might talk a bit about this one before I see the new one. But until then, thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe and help me get closer to 100k subs because I do not want a real job. See you in the next one.